Good day, everyone. We are the Group 5, and today we are going to present the analysis of Elmer Rice, the adding machine story. Our presentation, entitled The Mechanized Soul, an expressionist analysis of crisis identity and Elmer Rice, the adding machine. Our presentation contents include first the introduction, after the background of the author and the literary phase, and next the assigned trend, historical development and characteristic. Then after that, we have the summary of the story. And after, the story's qualification to the trend. And finally, the analysis, illustration, and commentary and conclusion. Now let's proceed with the background of the author and the literary piece.
So let's move on to the background of the author and the literary piece. So who is Elmer Rice? Elmer Leopold or Reisenstein was born in New York City in 1892. Before he became a famous playwright, he actually studied law, but later on he discovered his passion for writing plays and shifted his career to theater. He became known for being bold and creative in his writing style, often focusing on struggles of ordinary people and how modernization and industrialization affect their lives. Rice also experimented with a technique called expressionism, which he used to show deeper emotion and social issues in a more symbolic and artistic way. One of his famous works is The Adding Machine, written in 1923. The play The play talks about the dehumanizing effects of modern technology and repetitive work. It tells the story of Mr. Zero, an office worker who has been loyal to his job for 25 years. But after all these years, he gets replaced by a mechanical calculator. Because of that, he ends up committing a terrible act and later faces a spiritual reckoning in the afterlife. Through this story, Almarai shows how industrial society can turn people into machines, taking away their emotions, individually, and purpose. Even though the adding machine was written a long time ago, its message still applies today, especially with how technology and automation continue to affect jobs and human connections.
And now, let's proceed to the trend that used in this analysis. Expressionism. Expressionism is an artistic and literary trend that began in Germany in the early 20th century, around 1906 to 1920. It developed as a reaction against realism and naturalism, which focused on showing expressionism, instead aimed to show the inner struggles of individuals, especially in a modern or industrialized world. And now, let's move on to the historical development of Expressionism. Expressionism grew during a time of rapid social change, urbanization, and war anxiety, especially around World War I. Artists, writers, and playwrights settings exaggerated characters and symbolic actions to express feelings of fear, isolation, and dehumanization caused by modern society. And here are the characteristics of expressionism. So, first, focus on emotion over reality. Expressionism highlights the character's inner emotion rather than realistic events. It prioritizes what a person feels inside, even if it distorts how the outside world actually looks. So, Expressionism gives more importance to how the artist feels rather than how things actually look. Second, distorted and exaggerated visuals. Scenes and characters often appear twisted, dreamlike, or unnatural to reflect emotional tension. This exaggeration helps the audience feel the character's anxiety, fear, or confusion. Artists often use distorted shapes, exaggerated lines, and bold colors to show emotional intensity. Third, criticism and modern society. Expressionist works often reveal how industrialization and capitalism dehumanize people. They show characters who feel trapped, lonely, or disconnected in a mechanical and impersonal world. So many expressionist works reflect protests against modern life, especially during times of war, industrialization, and social change. And fourth, symbolism. So every object, sound, or action often carries a deeper meaning that represents emotions or social issues. For example, a machine might symbolize how people lose their individuality in modern life. So expressionists often use symbols, objects, colors, or actions that represents deeper meaning. So, and lastly, the nonlinear plots. So expressionist stories don't always follow a logical or realistic order. They may jump between dreams, memories, and emotions to mirror the chaos the human mind.
So let's move on to the next slide, which is the summary of the adding machine by Elmer Rice. The story follows Mr. Zero, a lifelong bookkeeper who works in a large, monotonous office. He later encounters the cold reality of the machine age when, after 25 years of faithful service, his boss informs him he is being replaced by an adding machine. This brief, brutal encounter enrages Zero and triggers a psychological break, and he impulsively murders his boss with a paper spike. Zero, arrested and put on a surreal trial, finds himself judged by a jury of indistinguishable neighbors who condemn him not for the murder but for his failure to be an exceptional, profitable member of the industrial society. As he awaits execution, he makes a futile deal with the fixer, a bureaucratic agent from the claim department, who confirms that Zero must be eliminated simply for being inefficient. As Zero is dragged off screaming and moves through the afterlife, the spiritual reality worsens. Zero awakens in a chaotic graveyard, encountering the intensely guilt-ridden murderer Sherdlu, and later moves to the beautiful but bizarre Elysian Fields or Paradise. There, he is reunited with his former co-worker Daisy DeVore, who confesses they shared a mutual, secret love that was only ruined by their own fear of social judgment while alive. Zero, however, resists happiness and runs away, terrified of what will people say. In the climactic final sequence, Zero is brought to a final, stark office by Lieutenant Charles, who reveals the true nature of his eternal sentence. Zero's soul will be recycled and sent back into the system to operate the most primitive machine forever. Zero realizes his fate is to become the ultimate meaningless worker. Zero, with his life's devotion to work fully embodied, struggles and screams, but he cannot stop the mechanical motions of his arms. Zero's eternal damnation is not hellfire, but the endless, meaningless repetition of the work that defined and destroyed him.
Now, let's proceed to the qualification of the text to expressionism. First, we have the critique of mechanized society and dehumanization. So, we know that expressionism often critiques industrialization and how it stripped people of individuality. So, for example, in the story we have there, when Mr. Zero said that, for example, for 25 years, I kept my nose to the grindstone, adding and subtracting figures for a firm that couldn't tell me apart from the next man. Now, this line shows how Mr. Zero's identity is swallowed by his mechanical job. His name, Zero, where it is not literally his name, but it symbolizes his perceived worthlessness. Well, when we say it's zero, it doesn't have value. It is another expressionist technique. So if we could notice or base on the characterization or characteristic of expressionism in the earlier report, we have learned there that one of the characteristic of expressionism is to focus on emotion over reality and also distorted and exaggerated visuals. So their scene and characters often appear twisted, just like Mr. Zero. His name is not literally Zero, but because of judgment of the world or the society around him, and particularly his wife, that shows or tell that he is, worthless, doesn't have value. And now, let's proceed with the subjective reality and distortion. So now, we know that expressionist works often represent the psychological reality of the character, not physical realism, just like what reported earlier and the characteristic of expressionism. The transition between scenes that we have read in the story, particularly when Mr. Zero is executed and enters the afterlife, which is the Elysian fields, it involves surreal staging, dreamlike logic, and symbolic sense. This shift from a realistic office to a strange, abstract afterlife, it demonstrates the distortion of reality to externalize rather Mr. Zero's internal struggles. Now, let's go to the symbolic characters and setting. Rather than fully flesh out individuals in the story, characters often represent ideas or social roles. For example, Mr. Zero, he is a cog in the machine of capitalism. Daisy DeVore, she represents unfulfilled romantic, longing, and emotional repression. So since we have read or we have learned that in the story, Daisy DeVore and Mr. Zero has a secret feelings for each other. And also, the boss and Miss Zero, the caricatures of authority and domestic control. Like, when Daisy said, I've watched you day in and day out, sitting here, never a word, never a look. This line emphasizes alienation and the emotional awareness of modern life. And also, use of styles and non-realistic dialogue. So in the story, Rice uses a natural, repetitive dialogue to reflect monotony and lack of connection. For example, when Miss Zero repeatedly says, what do you mean you don't care? What do you mean you don't care? What do you mean you don't care? Now, this repetition creates a mechanical, oppressive rhythm, a reflection of the machine age intrusion into personal relationship. Now, one of the importance or the significance of this expressionism to the text, or that we could really say that there is present expressionism in the text, is that we can see that the text or the story criticize the modern society. So we have there the fatalism and lack of free will. So when a key theme is expressionist works is the lack of control individuals have in a bureaucratic impersonal world. So when Schindler in Elysian Fields, when he said that we're all here because we couldn't help ourselves. We were made like this. Now, this suggests determinism. Individuals are trapped by society, upbringing, or, mechanistic routines, a typical of expressionist fatalism. Now, the adding machine qualifies as an expressionist text through its critique of capitalist dehumanization, the stylized abstract representation of reality, symbolic characters in settings, repetitive and natural dialogue, a fatalistic worldview. These elements combine to present a nightmarish a vision of modern life, as central to the expressionist, literary, and theatrical movement. So, with that, no, we could tell that some of the characteristics of expressionism is present in the text. So, yeah, thank you.
So, good day everyone. My part will focus on in-depth analysis, illustration, and commentary of Elmer Rice's classic expressionist play, The Adding Machine. Before we dive in, remember that this play uses expressionism, meaning everything on stage reflects the subjective mind of the main character, Mr. Zero. We've broken down the analysis into 6 core themes, each showing how the industrial age destroys the individuals. So let's start with the first theme, which is technological dehumanization. This theme shows us that the modern world turns people into something less than human, primarily because of the relationship with machines and the industrial system. The first one is the supremacy of the machine. In this new world, human feelings and even morality are considered worthless. Only numerical efficiency matters. As you can see in the illustration, the boss said to Mr. Zero that the whole office is being motorized. You see, it's cheaper to operate a machine than a man. It emphasizes Mr. Zero's value is purely mechanical. It means that Mr. Zero's life is like a machine. He is stuck doing the same boring job, which is adding numbers, for 25 years. And when his boss replaces him with an actual machine, it shows that how companies or how his boss see workers as replaceable parts and not real people. So the next one is the loss of value. As you can see in the illustration, the fixer said, the adding machine is quicker, never makes a mistake, presents no problem of housing, traffic congestion, water supply, and sanitation. So the fixer argues that machines are superior to human employees because it can be seen in the illustration that the fixer said machines never get sick and they process transactions perfectly and efficiently. So it emphasizes the reliability and consistency of machines compared to the unpredictable nature of human. It also suggests that machines are more productive and less prone to errors than humans. So it wanted to emphasize that Mr. Zero's value was purely mechanical and the machine is better at the job. This is where he loses his value as a human. So this is where Mr. Zero loses his value as a human. The next one is alienation and isolation. So in this part, Mr. Zero is not just treated only irrelevant to his job. He is also painfully cut off from everyone in his life, including his wife, Mrs. Zero. So number 1 is lack of empathy. The characters are so mentally drained by their monotonous lives that they are completely unable to connect genuinely. Even in the misery, they cannot even give a mutual comfort. In the illustration, Mrs. Zero said, 25 years I have been slaving, and what do I get for it? Nothing. So in this scene, Mrs. Zero was complaining about their boring, repetitive life. She nags Mr. Zero for being stuck in a dead-end job for 25 years as lowly accountant and calling him a failure who never tried to improve their lives. She also resents their poverty and compares themselves to others, complaining that they can't afford nice things or move up in society. As you can see in the illustration, Mrs. Zero was too focused on her own pain that she completely ignores Mr. Zero. So it highlights their gap for mutual understanding. So then the next one is spiritual isolation. Mr. Zero is unable to connect deeply with anyone, leading to a profound sense of loneliness. As you can see in the illustration, Mr. Zero said, I have been married 25 years and not a word to say to her. Not a word. So it's a revelation that two human beings can exist in the closest possible proximity for how many years without real connections. The next theme is the vicious cycle. So the first one is station drama structure. Elmer Rice uses this expressionist structure to show that Mr. Zero's journey through the office, trial, and afterlife is not a linear path to freedom, but a repeating loop. The ultimate horror is that death cannot even free him. The system is eternal, and his soul is merely recycled, condemned to repeat the dehumanizing task forever. It was evident in the illustration. As you can see, the devil said he's just been put to work, another adding machine for another few million years. So it illustrates that even after death of Mr. Zero, he was still put to the same monotonous job. The next one is recycling of the soul. Zero is forced to repeat the same degrading task, showing that modern control is inescapable, even in death. So Mr. Zero's final path is not freedom, but conformity. He desires to be willingly becomes a component in the eternal machine, and finally agreeing to be a slave eternally.
In the theme of loss of individuality, we reporters found two elements that emphasizes this theme in the story. First, numerical characters. This gives us an idea that in Elmer's Rise, the adding machine, the loss of individuality of the protagonist is evident in a way that Rice uses numbers as its background and names to the characters to signify that the protagonist is detached on its human traits and more focused on his work, which is in return, it affects his overall personality that strips him to his identity as a human, or more specifically, a rational being capable of reasoning, and make him like more of like a machine or a tool in a society or in his workplace. This was illustrated in the scene 1, which is it follows the 2s, 3s, 4s. Oh, Mr. Zero, we know. And they speak in unison and share the same generic concerns. So next, second, the symbolism of the machine. This element of the story also defines how the usage of the term machine used to personalize the protagonist's behavior throughout the story, which is showing us how the story narrates the detachment of the protagonist to its supposed role in the story. This clearly depicted on the scene 1 again, which is it follows. The boss. You're not a man, Mr. Zero. You're a part of the machine. And it shows how Mr. Zero became more of a tool to the work. So, in the next theme, which is the social and political protest, we, the reporter, also found two elements that represent this theme clearly. First, the critique of capitalism. In the story, this element was presented with use of economic system that values product over labor's overall condition as a worker, in where the protagonist diligently worked for a decade long just to be fired and replaced by a literal machine, which again in return affects the protagonist's emotional and mental health that changes the protagonist's behavior. This was clearly illustrated in the story. The scene 1. The boss. It's purely a matter of figures, Mr. Zero. We can get a machine to do your work, which it signifies how easy for the boss to replace Mr. Zero in a way that it ignores his work or his loyalty to his work. So next element is the social pressure. This is present throughout the story, more specifically the constant pressure of the protagonist's wife to himself, which is Mrs. Zero. This reflects the external pressure which shows that the working man role to conform and to provide to his family or as his duty as a man. This also illustrated in the story, which is, I believe, again, in scene 1. So, Mrs. Zero, more money. That's what you need. More money so I can buy some decent clothes. She constantly complains about their financial state. That this shows clearly how pressuring it is for Mr. Zero to work so hard just to give enough for his wife. Okay, let's move on. Last theme is the quest for self-assertion. We found two components that effectively illustrates this theme. First, the murder as protest. This element used to show us that in the story, the protagonist's choice of killing his boss is an act out of reclaiming what he thinks he must deserve to have. And this was to further support what he thinks is right. This was shown in the scene, which is, I believe, again, scene 2. Oh, okay. Mr. Zero, after killing his boss, now, I guess I got some recognition. Showing that, after killing his boss, he thinks that he have gained what he need or what he deserve. Like, again, I explained, reclaiming for his dignity and loyalty. So, lastly, the psychological break. This element is evident by the usage of This is evident by the usage of expressionism as its way of illustrating the emotional and pain the protagonist suffers from the consequences of his actions throughout the story, which is depicted in a way that it best illustrates the breakdown of the protagonist in the story. The scene that best presented it is scene 2 again, which is the boss speaking as a projection after death, still asserting control. You're fired. And again, Mr. Zero react. The system's power extends beyond life. So, it's like he's imagining that his boss fired him again and again. Like, it's a trauma that haunts Mr. Zero. So, thank you.
In conclusion, Elmer Rice's The Adding Machine is a foundational piece of American Expressionism. The play's primary function is to deliver a profound critique of modern life, specifically targeting the dehumanizing aspect of industrial capitalism and mechanization. The play uses distorted settings like the unrealistic scenes such as the trial and the afterlife, and the tragic journey of Mr. Zero to express the individual's subjective emotional reality. It shows the devastating psychological effect of being treated as a disposable part of a system. Mr. Zero embodies the meaningless existence dictated by routine and technology. His life and death illustrate how society prioritizes efficiency and conformity over human emotion and individuality. He is literally replaced by a machine, symbolizing the outdatedness of the human worker. Ultimately, the play serves as a powerful reminder that a blind obedience to mechanical system, such as corporate structure, bureaucracy, or technology, leads to spiritual decay. It is an urgent call to society to reclaim its humanity before it is fully crushed by the forces of industrial progress. So that's all. Thank you.